What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com. The hype. Football's in full swing. We're through the wild card series pretty much. Got a lot to talk about there with some NT football on the horizon. Bowman Draft Baseball this week. Huge release. And we've got a great coupon code for you guys to get into breaks at Mojobreak.com. Use code DRAFT10 for any break. We're doing player breaks. We're doing full case pick your team breaks. Get 10% off. So limit one per customer, and that thing will expire without notice. So go on there right now and gear up for a huge week of Bowman Draft. I know the guys, I know Cody and Bubba had a great show last week on Bowman Draft. So we got that. We got some pop culture stuff. We got LeBron. Heavy show. Lots of stuff to talk about. Man, before we get into NT football, on the horizon, National Treasures football, what are you guys seeing in the collectible world out of the teams that remain? Who can make the biggest impact for their cards right now?
I think we did I just realized we did a post over the weekend of here are the guys that I feel like that need a big playoff performance. Justin Herbert, done. Trevor Lawrence, done. Although he didn't play that bad. He actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, but they didn't win.
They didn't win.
That
doesn't matter.
I mean, they got something going over there.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley, done. I think we put Roma Dunze and the Bears on there. The miracle win.
Non-existent though.
Non-existent.
Dunze didn't do much.
He didn't
to really win that game. It was, but Caleb.
Now that's the good news.
I think Caleb has now we're probably gonna end up getting into the non-licensed rookie autographs.
Yeah,
this is where it's gonna be tough pill to swallow. But he's probably got the most to gain being a relatively newer rookie.
Yep.
And, I
was going to say the only thing you really have is the 2024. I guess if you're looking for most bang for your buck and it's going to be expensive, it's 2024 Prism. You've got Caleb, Bo, and Drake May. It could be a situation where if you believe in the Patriots, who looked great. It wasn't too exciting of a game last night, but they move on. They got the winner, I believe, of the Texans Steelers tonight, and then you got the Bills and Broncos. So chances are between Bo Nix and Drake May, I think one of them is going to be in the NFC Championship. Good chance at that, right? So if you're looking at that,
the other thing that stands out too is I feel like no one really was saying, you kind of looked at the way the playoff picture was setting and you went, well, Josh Allen, if you're going to ever do it, now's the time. But it also, then you have to take a step back and go, well, the offense just is not nearly what it was. But after seeing what they did in Jacksonville, I just feel like if there's any time for you to be like, this is a legacy playoff push, Josh Allen needs to capitalize on what is really just overall a week.
They're my pick right now for AFC Championship.
Yeah.
They're the champion.
The 2025 rookies, if you're looking to, kind of catch fire in the playoff run, there is really nobody. Is there any off? I know one. Is there how many rookie photo shoot guys are still in the playoffs?
Well, obviously the big ones aren't. Travis Hunter, he wasn't going to play anyway. But
I got one.
Yeah, who? I am stumped.
Terrence Ferguson.
Jeez, that's it.
Second rounder.
Is he seeing the field?
He's seeing the field.
Okay.
He's seeing the field now. Tight end.
How many do you guys have?
40.
Jesus.
There's some defensive rookies.
How many roster spots in the NFL? 52. Rams have 40 tight ends. It's been a very interesting way of going about building out your roster spot. Yeah, figure it out. McVay loves tight ends. We have tight ends that we have Nick Vannett. Remember him?
49ers could use a tight end about now.
Yeah, we have all of them.
Yesterday.
We have all of them. You could have one.
We'll take one.
Who's the running back for the Broncos? Right, he's a rookie premier guy.
RJ Harvey.
That's right.
So maybe there's a play there. Bo Nix didn't light it up as far as stats this year, but they're winning games and they have a really good defense.
Yep.
But maybe they run the ball a couple games, and that's a play that you have. Also, if you're a Bronco fan, you were at the Super Bowl, Levi, 10 years ago at Super Bowl 50 and Super Bowl 60s here as well. So
Texans, is Woody Marks a rookie?
Woody Marks. I don't know if it was last year or this year.
But I don't think he was a rookie photo shoot guy.
He might not have been.
R.J. Harvey was.
Yes,
R.J. Harvey
he definitely was.
Terrence Ferguson. I'm trying to think. Is there any receiver?
I mean, there would no.
I mean, McMillan.
Luther Burden, right?
Yeah.
Or was he
Luther
last
Burden.
year?
Yeah, low. Yeah, Luther Burden's probably the top guy if you want to catch fire with a playoff push. Luther Burden. Probably.
This is certainly a nice way to, without saying anything, I think we all, the state of the 2025 NFL rookie class, I think our whole conversation of, is this guy or that guy?
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know.
But
take a
again,
stab.
like how many quarterbacks get drafted in
Right.
the first round
And go to the
and then they're
playoffs.
instantly in the playoffs making a run?
We've been very, very spoiled the last couple
yeah,
of years.
and Bo Nix was in college for what, 12 years? So he's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
he's like,
He looks
it's like,
old.
it's like him and Brandon Whedon. Like they were 12 years in college.
Yeah. The other thing
Case Keenum.
that stood out, and I remember us at the beginning of the year, I think we were looking at some silver prisms of notable players and notable QBs that are not maybe at the top of the list. And the Jalen Hurts prices, even after winning a Super Bowl, I think we all kind of remarked like, man, he's won a Super Bowl now, and where's the love? After watching, one, the entire season play out, and two, especially the way he and the Eagles offense looked against a 49ers team that is a lot of guys who were not starting on that defense at the beginning of the year. I get it. I get why there is a lack of love.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
Jalen
we've
Hurts.
got fast food drive-through workers playing linebacker out there, and one thing I do want to say is the kid Gilly. You can give us our song back now because Too Short, Blow the Whistle does not belong in Philadelphia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your own artist that's Philadelphia-born that's out there.
There's plenty.
I know Too Short's a Raiders fan, but that is a Bay Area song. You can't run with that anymore. You guys got absolutely embarrassed by a team that had no business winning yesterday after losing. And shout out to Kyle Shanahan.
They lost by 4 points.
Should Kyle Shanahan should be coach of the year after that. I mean, let's just give it to him. So.
Oh yeah, over Vrabel or I mean,
how many injuries did Vrabel have to deal with?
Even Liam Cohen would probably get some votes.
I'll say this much. You know who right now is looking at the 49ers and going, man, that certainly looked like greener pastures again, is Mike McDaniel. You're like, look what Robert Saleh just did. He's going to get a head coaching job.
Oh.
It's almost certain.
Oh, Mike McDaniel will be back next year. He's
the stock back up?
Yeah, he's already – I mean, this is kind of, I think, what the Niners are going to be doing now. They're like the new pathway of the Shanahan tree is go to a team – fail, come back, build up your stock, and then hopefully go to a better team than you went to the first time.
I will still die on the hill that the Jets stuff was not Robert Saleh's fault, and he built a great defense there.
It looks like the Rams are losing.
But
great defense without any picks this year, the first time since 1940.
Yeah. Jeez.
Did you see that stat?
I did not see
that. This was the Jets were the first team since 1940
to not have an interception.
To not have a defensive interception all year.
Yikes.
I mean, granted, they traded Sauce halfway through the season.
That hurts.
They're rebuilding.
Yeah, but there's still 11 starting NFL caliber defensive players out there. I got to go.
They play Tua twice a year.
I would love to go through all the Jets games and see how many almost interceptions there were. Because what if there was none? What if it's just like they never got close?
Just every quarterback played.
They didn't tip one ball.
It's absolutely incredible to hear that stat, and I know Gary V and Jason from V Friends are. Man, it's got to be tough to be a Jets fan.
But there probably was some that were like either defensive holding or some type of penalty where it was called back. Wonder how many of those. Like, what if they had like 10?
Yeah,
they had 10 interceptions that were actually called back by
or penalties.
Yeah, I mean, it's Salah's probably gone. Probably where does Salah go? Salah goes somewhere.
Yeah,
I think Arizona requested for him to be.
Yeah, Arizona would be interesting.
Rams will lose. Shula's gone. LaFleur's gone, and Aubrey Pleasant will probably be gone.
I mean, has he came out and said that hey,
no,
I want to be a head coach. I mean, some guys, like look at there's certain coaches like they've tried it and then they're just forever a coordinator.
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's tried multiple times.
Yeah. I think he's finally realized, you know what? I know my role. This is the
But
spot.
I mean, he tried multiple times. I don't think Salah is going to be like, well, I tried with the Jets. I'm just going to be forever a coordinator.
Whatever you do, don't try with the Raiders right now.
Don't
enter a couple of. There's a couple of messes
certain
out
places where I'm like, if Salah does want to go somewhere, do not go to Cleveland.
No.
Or don't go to Vegas.
But all the teams that need coaches are in bad situations, right? And that's how it starts. So you got to almost be in it for the long haul. But like a lot of these owners and GMs, they don't have the patience. It's like 1 or 2 years.
No, I mean, the Ravens.
Ravens is a awesome situation to go into, honestly. That's maybe the most desirable of all the head coaching vacancies. By the way, before we move any further, I have to make a proclamation because it's been a long running thing on the show here that I am the biggest number one Justin Herbert fan.
Sure.
I think it's time to move on. I have officially finally seen the light.
Wait. Are you moving on
I'm moving on. I'm moving on from Sherbert.
Or are the Chargers moving on?
No, they're not. They can't. But
who
I know
are you
what
going
I
to
can
replace now? I don't
know. I
Joe
really don't
Burrow?
know. Yeah, maybe Burrow or I start fresh. Maybe I'm like, you know what? This Fernando Mendoza kid, like the energy.
So you're going to be a Raider fan?
I don't know. That's the thing. Is that feels like hitching my wagon there is tough.
Jackson Dart. I mean, it is an NFC team. But.
Jackson Dart? Maybe. You know what? Maybe Jackson Dart. Maybe that's a good one.
I don't think you can go.
I don't know.
You can't be a Niner fan and be like, my second favorite team
Yeah,
is an NFC
I mean,
team.
Or I just say, bench Herbert, time for Trey Lance. It's time.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I mean, that game was so confusing to me because it's like Justin Herbert was so off.
Yeah.
No.
Like
Okay.
he was just like his
And
passes were high.
Every time
I mean,
playoffs,
they were
though.
sacking him,
but they have the worst line.
They do.
They historically. Actually, he was up there in he got sacked 6 times.
Yeah, it's not all his fault.
It doesn't matter how good you could put any quarterback behind that line, and they're not going to have a good season.
That was. I mean, they have 2 probably Pro Bowl, possibly all-team offensive linemen, and Joe Alt and Slater. And they're hurt. So I mean, it's not like the Chargers didn't try to fix the problem.
Early on, one dude was out in training camp for the year, and then I think Alt only went 4 games.
Yeah. So,
but they're on.
I get it.
They're on their 5th string tackles and guards at this point. They're like you guys are saying you're trotting out whoever at linebacker for the Niners. They're protecting their number 1 asset as a franchise with just random dudes.
Well, and that's one thing as a Niner fan. We've been pretty. I mean, Trent's been banged up a little bit, but we've been pretty consistent with our starting line for the whole year on the offensive side. I mean, before we move on to some Bowman draft, I also want you guys. Who are you investing in football? Because I mean, we're heading into the offseason in a few short weeks here, and there's some potential if you believe in a guy. If you believe in like Cam Ward's going to do good next year, or Jackson Dart we mentioned, or some guy is going to turn around their career, like maybe Kyler Murray goes to another team, or there's some moving and shaking that could be a really good time to hitch your wagon to a Justin Herbert or a Kyler Murray or whoever these guys are going to be. So I want put in the comments below on who you are looking at in the offseason for cards that you want to buy. But who do we think? I mean, if we Super Bowl prediction, do we want to do that? Do we want to put ourselves through this knowing that we have 3 teams basically from the NFC West?
It's pretty wild that.
Is that the first time in history that's happened in this division?
I don't know if it's the first time.
That 3 teams
there's
are
only,
into the.
And there's the 3 best records in the conference.
First time in my life. I
can't
don't recall.
another time.
I don't recall there being 4 teams left in the NFC, and 3 of them in the NFC West.
I remember a few years of like, hey,
they
there's 3 teams.
call it the mega division.
Yeah. I mean, I remember NFC East had a run. AFC North had some years of like Bengals, Steelers, Ravens all make it in. But yeah, we
had that year with the Cardinals, but they got knocked out the first round against the Rams. And the Niners wanted to play in the NFC Championship game with the Rams that year. But That's the only thing I can remember, but they didn't make it all
Yeah.
to the second round, which is insane.
I hope I'm wrong, but boy, I just seeing Week 18 all season long. I thought nobody seems like the best team in football, and then the Seahawks put up that performance in Week 18 and went, "Oh, that's the best team in football right there."
Yeah,
I knew that defense was amazing.
We kind of their
but-
comeback against us. I think
Yeah.
built some confidence going
yeah.
into later into that season.
But watching football, and I'm in my 40s, and I've seen this a lot, where a first seed gets a little rusty going into that because they haven't played for 15
Well,
games.
maybe
15 days. I mean,
maybe in the first quarter. So if the Niners come out and they're up 21-0 in the first quarter, then yeah, but they're not going to be rusty for 3 quarters. If they're going to come out, they're going to be shaking off the rust for
and has
maybe.
Sam Darnold won a playoff game yet?
No,
I don't think so.
Don't believe so.
I don't think so.
No.
So he overcame the ghosts of the basically playing first seed game, because the year before he lost to the Lions against when he was on the Vikings and had to play the next week against the Rams, and then they were knocked out.
Immediately lost.
So he did overcome that. So maybe he goes in too confident and he throws like 2 or 3 picks. I don't know. I mean,
Here's
that's Sam
hoping.
Darnold for you. Well, here's the thing too, though, right? And this could be a good Instagram reel if we want to cut this one up. But like, the 3 quarterbacks that I trust that are remaining at this point: Stafford, right, wins games. Josh Allen has the experience. And then there's a guy by the name of Brock Purdy who has not lost a playoff game that he played the full game. Besides the Super Bowl.
But I was like,
there was a big one there.
But he
I'm
left
wait
the
a
field.
second.
He left the field with a lead. He did not play again.
He did. You're right. He left the field with the lead. That's true.
He left the field with the lead. So
There were a couple moments in that game where I went, "Oh boy, some head scratching throws."
No,
But
he's a gunslinger. He'll try to
but
force
that's
it.
what he is.
gunslinger,
Exactly.
gunslinger without the gun. But,
Exactly.
like,
He can get the ball up if he has to. It's not Shanahan's offense, but
Well, hey, look, they got
And who do we
Juwan
have?
Jennings to throw too. So,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, which, by the way, more to the point of my Herbert thing, a stat I heard today: Juwan Jennings has as many playoff touchdown passes as Justin Herbert. Yeah,
you know who he has more of? Derek Carr.
that's true.
He has more
Well,
touchdowns in the playoffs than Derek Carr
That's
did.
also true.
Derek Carr had 1.
He had one.
So, yeah, I mean, those are my three quarterbacks that I would put my trust in. And you guys are going to hate on me for saying Brock Purdy, but, I mean, the guys, what are we going to say? This is the thing that kills me, and this is a homer rant, is like, oh, well, anybody can go out there with Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle and win games. What are you saying now?
Yeah.
What do you say? Like, the guy's 7-2 in his last 9 starts with literally just a makeshift bubblegum team that's out there. So, is like Cam Newton's still out there going like, oh, not a game changer. Not a game manager.
You have to be able to say, like, it has a lot to do with Shanahan's offensive
Sure.
scheme, though. Like, you can't be like, well, without Brock Purdy, we wouldn't win any games. I don't know if I honestly, and I know Niner fans hate to hear, I don't know how much you lose in having Mac Jones out there than you have Brock Purdy.
But you could safely say, and I know it's a rivalry here, he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now. With what he's done in 3 short years, right?
And if he
I don't think you
if he
can argue
is
that.
a top 10, he might be 10.
Fair.
I mean, but
Fine.
he very well could be 11. He could be 12. I don't think he's like 15. I think he's the top
All right,
15
I got
in the league.
some role play. Game on the line, 2-minute drive, right?
Matt
Well,
Stafford.
Okay, well, obviously I'd go that too. C.J. Stroud or Brock Purdy?
Oh,
Okay. Well, this is
2 minutes.
It-
You're down by 4.
Is
You need a touchdown.
Is it C.J. Stroud on the Texans?
Yes.
Like current rosters on the Texans.
I guess you can go either way with it. I mean, Rodgers has won on the Steelers. He's won on Green Bay. So it's like
Because I actually think if the Niners had C.J. Stroud, they would be the
Well-
best team in the league.
it's decision making though too. I don't know if C.J. Stroud is.
But C.J. Stroud could throw the ball.
I'm not in
throw the
disagreement
ball
with
like
that.
80 yards.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
So
he
is
has
that our
like,
threshold where we're like, oh, it could be a 50-50 there? Stroud or Purdy?
I would say also if you're in the top 10 ranking quarterbacks, those guys are probably wherever they're at. They're probably right next
They're
to each other.
close.
What about Bo Nix and Brock Purdy? Who are you giving the ball to?
I'm probably giving it to Brock Purdy because I've seen more tape on. I don't. Bo Nix looks good, but I haven't seen enough of Bo Nix to basically say at least I've seen Brock Purdy do it.
Drake May or Brock Purdy?
Game
on the line.
God, it also like, and we're talking one singular game. It's not like I'm building a franchise around this person because if he's gonna be my quarterback in the future, I'm taking Drake May. If it's just gonna be one drive, and we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. Like Drake May has that like running ability where he did it last night. He'll just run for like 40 yards.
I'm really thinking.
I think I'm going Drake May on that one, but that's tough.
And then as we kind of wrap up this football segment, I wanted to talk about 2025 National Treasures coming out, and Immaculate just came out. And there's a few more football products coming out under the Panini umbrella before I think Topps takes over April 1st, somewhere around there. I don't know, and maybe Panini's been so decimated with, dealing with, the loss of basketball, trying to get their footing. I just feel like it's so quiet for football. And I know the rookie class isn't helping. Shador was supposed to be a first rounder. He was a fifth rounder. Showed a little bit of signs towards the end of the season. I mean, Travis Hunter really played, 2 games. Jackson Dart got his, Scatabo got hurt. Jackson Dart got hurt. Just wasn't like, I know there's not a good rookie buzz, but it's like, I just feel like football is still king amongst American sports as far as this time. But we're sitting there talking about baseball, basketball products more so than football products. So I don't know if Panini's like, why market it? We only got a couple months left. We'll just stay to the course.
I think it was such a, everything that could kind of go wrong. Because they made big moves at the beginning of the year with the Shador.
Shador wasn't cheap, I'm sure.
With Travis Hunter, with the Mahomes exclusivity stuff. There were big moves. They were clearly angling if we're going to go out, we're going to go out with a bang. And then all the things you mentioned about the rookies and even Mahomes and the Chiefs having the worst year they've had.
Literally, the one year they get him to kind of be an anchor. I mean, guys won 3 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, his value's safe, but it's just the buzz isn't there right now.
Right. It just could not have been worse timing for Panini's biggest move.
Whose market this year do you think had the biggest increase in price?
Probably Drake May.
Yeah.
Drake May?
It's got to be.
Drake May, Bo Nix.
Nix at least because they were a playoff team.
But definitely Drake May. I think
You're also seeing... and we're in that time frame right now where we don't have Tom Brady autos or inserts because he's not part of the PA anymore.
What about Sam Darnold? Do you think he had an increase in market, going? I would say going to the Seahawks and being the guy after being in Minnesota. I think there was still is he going to be the guy? Is he? And they signed him for what, 3 years? I think it's 3 years. His market at one point was absolutely in the gutter. So there was a lot of room to move up.
I mean,
so if you literally probably look at Sam Darnold's absolute rock bottom pricing to where it's at now, it probably has the largest percentage growth.
Probably.
You know who it probably mirrors in a lot of ways is the guy he replaced in Seattle, Geno Smith, where it was absolutely could not have been any lower, and then has a couple of years where you're like, well, hey, this guy's actually putting up stats. He looks pretty good.
Daniel Jones for about 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones Jones probably had the biggest jump because I think because he looked like an MVP candidate at one point.
So we've seen this every year. Every year we've actually been seeing this where a former first rounder or a high end prospect quarterback basically ends up not working out somewhere and goes somewhere else and succeeds, and the card market follows, and it does rise.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Kyler feels like
my
the most
issue,
obvious.
and I love Kyler, and I'm hoping because we still have some Kyler cards, and just want to get at least 20% out of them. But I think Kyler's been in the league too long. With Daniel Jones, he hadn't been in the league that long.
Well,
Yeah.
same year,
Same year.
Are they?
Yeah, they're same year.
2019.
Same year.
Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray were the
Yeah.
same year.
Now, Daniel Jones was the second guy in that of those two. So it feels like
I feel like
easier room,
Kyler's
easier to grow.
been in the league for 20 years.
I know.
And Daniel Jones has been in the league for 5 years. But okay.
You're right.
What about Zach Wilson?
No.
I don't think there's any hope.
Isn't he he's on the Broncos, right?
Yeah, no.
He-
Definitely not.
No,
He's
I
got
mean-
the same
I mean,
probably
here-
chances as Drew Lock.
Why
Hear
are
me
we-
hear
we
me
are
out. Hear me out with
avoiding-
the scenario.
Go ahead. Go
Because
ahead.
we could, I mean, this can be happening soon. What happens if Knicks goes out, Zach Wilson comes in and brings him to a Super Bowl?
It's going to be similar to that time where
Foles.
Ben Roethlisberger got hurt and they throw in Landry and they're like, we're going to put Roethlisberger back in with one arm.
Even
Well,
though he has
I-
a separated
I
shoulder
think
and
his-
his throwing arm.
Best
Yeah,
case
yeah.
scenario is he's Nick Foles. That's the best case.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, fun little thing. Like, you'll always have it. But also,
I don't think
Zach Wilson is not good.
But again, like because we've seen a
not
resurgence
good.
with Baker in the card market, and we've seen it with Sam Darnold. We've seen it with Daniel Jones. Again, like we have rookies with Geno Smith. We've had rookies every single year get drafted and then end up kind of falling off. Who is next? Like
We're avoiding. The most obvious answer
Mac Jones
is Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
He's like if now the Niners don't need to
Actually,
trade him.
I got a
2021.
better one.
Oh,
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Malik Willis is kind of in that same category.
2022.
I think though Mac like this offseason, Mac Jones is going to be the guy who gets the most. The Niners are going to get calls from all across the NFL about Mac Jones.
Might be a second-round pick.
Right.
Okay. They're not-
I
they're
don't
not
think
gonna-
that's an exaggeration.
No, it's
Not a first. I didn't say first round.
No.
no, a second round pick.
But there are going to be-
is valued extremely high.
There are going to
Nobody-
be a lot of teams who look at this draft who go, I'm not super sold on all the QBs in this draft. Hell, Fernando Mendoza is going to go number one, and I don't know if I'm super sold on that.
Well,
as
I
the
think
number
Mac
one.
Jones, where a scenario where it works out is similar to like with Sam Darnold with J.J. McCarthy, is you draft a guy who's the future and you pay the 2-year deal on a guy that's probably going to start for you for a year, and you hope you have your rookie ready by then.
I think. I mean, I would love it if he came back.
I'm assuming J.J. McCarthy's got one more year to kind of show what he has.
No, he's done.
He's done.
He's done.
He's done. So Mac Jones is
Minnesota.
now
Minnesota. I know they got
Mac Jones is now a Viking.
They got to mess around with the salary cap a little bit, but Minnesota's going to make a move. I already saw a rumor connecting Kyler Murray to Minnesota. Which I would love
because
that
if you
for
have
Kyler.
Justin Jefferson and you can't get him the ball, I mean,
Right.
you got to.
That's the thing is Mac Jones would be nice, but like they want to go and get a guy at QB to make Justin Jefferson.
Well, and the reason I say,
again,
and the
salary
reason
cap
why
stuff.
I say, and not just because we have Kyler Murray cards, I think what it takes sometimes is a guy to just do some crazy highlight play, right? Where it's like Kyler Murray did like a 90-yard like running through the defenders, then it's like, oh, look how good he is. I have his cards, or let me go look in my card. Like I don't think like a Zach Wilson's gonna do that, or like you know what I mean. Like
I like Kyler Murray, but I don't know if Kyler Murray really likes football that much.
And there's that. That's a fair argument.
I think it's one of those things where he's like, I'm good at it, but like, it's not my real passion.
What do you like?
He's
Hypothetically,
like,
this is
Call of Duty is my real passion.
This is a good segue to get into the Topps baseball talk. Is if he decides to go back to baseball, does he have to go to the
Oh
Athletics?
my gosh, I think it's expired at this point. I think.
So what happens? Does he go into like as a free agent, or does he go back into
would
the?
just be a free agent?
Does he go back into the draft?
I don't know.
And where does
I actually
Kyler?
don't
Where
know
does
how that works?
where does a 28, 29-year-old Kyler Murray go in a Major League Baseball draft?
In a Major League Baseball draft, he doesn't get drafted.
Really?
No, maybe like final round or like
Final round.
let's try it.
He was a first rounder.
He was a first rounder.
I understand he was a first rounder. He hasn't played the game of baseball in what? But a decade?
We don't know that. He could be in the backyard.
Well, I mean,
You know, he's
Yeah,
gotta
but
be
he.
thrown
I mean,
around.
he's an athlete. He just might.
Okay. Okay. Maybe last round is going crazy. I don't know. Mid round where someone's like, let's take a flyer.
Well, no, I think he goes in the
I don't
top
even think he
3
has to enter
rounds
the draft.
because teams are like, we can sell hype based on the fact that we have Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is a selling point. It kind of reminds me
The
of when Tim Tebow
the Diamondbacks probably take him in the first round because they're like, you don't have to move.
Yeah. Remember when Tim Tebow was like, I'm going to be a baseball player?
Yeah.
I think there was an argument to be made at that time that Tim Tebow was the most famous baseball player in.
He was filling the seats in the minor league stadium.
He was also driving the products.
Yes, he was.
Like, people wanted Tim Tebow cards, and he was 30.
Kyler, do it for the hobby. Get back into baseball. We need another. That would be a first ball. No. Did he ever? He had a first.
He never had
a Bowman.
But
come on.
I mean,
that we actually.
They were probably hoping he was going to be good enough so that they could be like the Johnny Manziel and they put him in a product.
Yeah, what is he, 28, 29? Like, he could be going into his prime.
He's not going to play baseball. There's no way.
Well, a good segue here. I don't know if you said this is actually my first look at it. Is they released the design for 2026 Top Series 1, 75th anniversary emblem on the card. I don't hate it. It's the font for the name of the players is very strong. I would say, you know what I mean. It's very. I'm trying to find the right word. You can see it right there.
It's almost. Not quite. It's almost like saloon font.
It's bold.
It's very bold.
I like it because
if you're watching
honestly,
this,
I think they did it for me because I can't really. The font is so small, and this is big. Did it for the old heads.
So I mean, yeah, I'm never that guy that goes, I can't stand the Series 1 design. It's usually okay by me, so I definitely don't mind it. It says each card has a unique uniform stitch design with team colors. And you know, I think it'll look good in Chrome too. I always judge on that if I can see it how it's going to look in Chrome, right? Because it's going to be the same design.
Just getting back from the Upper Deck conference, and the consensus was everybody likes Chrome.
Yeah.
So if you're ever concerned with any product, this is for the developers out there. You're ever concerned about anything, just chrome it up.
Shiny.
Just make it shiny.
Just make it shiny.
If you're ever like, what would really make this card pop? Chrome.
Well, and I don't think we've seen any prices on Topps yet. The big uproar from the community that I've seen in Topps is the Jumbo. Have you heard this? Jumbo is only going to be 2 hits now. So the HTA is 1 less hit now. So
one auto, 1 relic.
Correct.
Okay, I thought it was going to be
interesting.
Two relics. Was it going to
Don't quote me on that. I just know that they're taking away 1 of the hits.
Interesting.
So the community is like,
oh well. What if they're taking away the manufactured hit? Because one of the hits was the manufactured hit.
It hasn't been though. I think they've been. It's not been a guarantee.
Count as a hit.
It does count as a hit, but I'm saying the last couple years, I feel like they haven't really.
Oh right.
Like, if you were breaking Topps 2021, you're guaranteed you're going to get a manufacturer hit in every box of Jumbo. But now I think it still could be 2 relics in an auto.
Yeah.
Right, and maybe there is some manufacturer stuff built in. I guess the community is concerned with. Okay, cool. I'm fine with 2 hits now. But that box price better be lower.
Right.
Which
probably
not.
And this is kind of similar.
And this also, what in the grand scheme of things, to me, it makes me feel like they could make more, right? You're putting less content into a single box, and you can stretch out that content with more boxes.
Precise.
Yeah. And the market is going, unfortunately, and this is not what anybody wants, the market is going to dictate what the price of the box is.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to be Topps. It's going to be whatever the consumer is willing to pay for it, and it's probably going to be too high.
And the taking away a hit is something that seems like now this is starting to become a trend for especially these types of boxes on the, the boxes that are in the 100 to 175 range. I think Allen and Ginter, they took away a hit this year.
Yep.
And now the quality is, I think a lot of us were like, well, you're taking away one like napkin patch.
Well,
it's a big whoop. I know. And
boo.
So you have to, and the price I think basically was the same, if not went up by not a huge amount. So it was the quality of hits better, maybe per box. Maybe I'd be curious to kind of see if that held true. But I think that was the logic. Is like, yes, you're only getting 2 hits, but those 2 hits are better than.
Well, and we know with the 75th they're going to be doing some special inserts.
There's definitely going to be.
So maybe that's where they're like, okay, you may not get an extra napkin relic, but you can get some kind of crazy home team advantage 75th version. Those are going to be more, or blah, blah, blah. They're going to create another insert. So, I mean, I'm definitely interested to see. And when that comes out, it's just, that's like when you smell the fresh grass of baseball. Series 1 always is like, all right, baseball season is almost
Doesn't
here.
it come out in
Can't
like
wait.
January?
Is it that soon? Usually it's
February.
the week after Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So probably, yeah. Also, it took a while for us to get this design. I feel like usually we get the new design around like November, December of like what's the new Series 1 design going to look like. But the thing that is I'm thinking about here is this is probably not what basketball and football is going to look like, but because I know with Series 1 in 2025 that they just kind of copied for basketball, they just copied the look of what
It probably
Series
will be
1
the
did.
same design.
Right. Is it going to, it feels very baseball, like it feels very, very like made for baseball here. I'll be curious how it looks for basketball and football.
True, because maybe it's 75th. Maybe that they
Maybe
make
it's a
a
special
unique
one.
design.
Yeah.
Let's
It'd be
get
hard
into-
for me to tell. I'd have to picture it with a basketball player. on it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Because when you're looking at the mock-up and
Right.
it's a baseball player, you're like, instantly your brain's like,
That's
that's
true.
a baseball card.
That's true. Maybe maybe it's like, well, it's stitching on a jersey. There's a stitching on every jersey, I guess. But yeah.
Let's talk about some interesting patches that are going to make their way into some sports cards. And it's right along. We just got back from the Upper Deck Conference in LA. Most attendees.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
ever at that. So, sign that the hobby's alive, the hobby's healthy. There was, I think over 600 attendees. It was
between
pretty
probably I would
packed.
say 600 to 700. Oh, dude.
Yeah, and 6-7. They had the opening night. They had a reception at Tao's in LA, and it wasn't big enough. It was
packed in there. Like it was. Yeah,
Hey.
it was not a small place. I mean, but when you got 700 people,
Nice. Hey, look, Upper Deck. There was news coming out of there. That was big stuff. I mean, I might talk about it in a bit. The Harry Potter stuff is big news. It was very popular within the hobby that's getting announced. And then, this debut, they're getting their own debut patches for hockey. A little different, a little bit of a twist.
The only thing I thought, and I have to see. I mean, one thing with Upper Deck's products, and they mentioned it several times in their presentations, is these are 2D images, right? So it's hard to see the layering, the chrome, the lenticular designs that they have, the embossing. I think I'd rather have. Maybe I'm just jaded, and I'd rather see like a debut type patch. But then I thought, what makes jerseys? It's Fanatics, so they probably can't. It'd probably be a little bit of a conflict. I don't know how Fanatics would feel about putting a patch on their jerseys because it's their idea.
Getting used in an Upper Deck product.
In an Upper Deck product. So if you guys are audio listening to this, you're probably not seeing this. What the debut game jersey is it is a laundry tag with the player's name, and then it's going to be signed by the equipment manager to ensure that was used on that day for that game.
Yeah. Now, at least the mock-up we're looking at is Sam Dickinson of the Sharks, who it does say on the laundry tag, first NHL game.
yeah. So it's going to go to the equipment manager, and the equipment manager is going to have their own little spin on it. However, they generally do it for their rookies. So not everything is going to be completely uniformed. Some of them are going to have different inscriptions on it. Some of them may not have any inscriptions on it from the equipment manager. The one other thing that is very cool is that they're taking that jersey and they're going to cut it up, and it's going to be put into relics that are going to be obtainable for all collectors, not these like high ceiling cards. They're going to have cards that's going to be rookie debut,
Not or number to 199.
number to
or something.
199,
Yeah.
single color patch relic, but still from that rookie debut game, which isn't going to break the bank, right? Like you should be able to get those cards for, depending on the player, 10, maybe $50, and you get to put that in your collection, which I think is really cool. Maybe even cooler than the 101 that we're looking at, because I think
Yeah.
we're getting so jaded with seeing these type of like ceiling cards, we lose the fact that like the average collector wouldn't be able to get that, but they can get something that is very, very, very cool at a cheaper price point.
And and I love the idea. My mind was thinking, because like we've got like some really good rookies coming up. We have Gavin McKenna, who's going to be unanimous #1 overall coming up in this next draft. I'm just saying, like, say this guy goes out, say Gavin McKenna got this jersey on, and he scores 5 goals, 6 goals, breaks the record. They're going to, here you go, Upper Deck. It's not going to go to the NHL Hall of Fame. It's not going to go to his family. So it's like, is he going to wear 2 jerseys, maybe one in warm-ups that's guaranteed to go to Upper Deck?
If I had to guess, and I don't, again, like, we're not in the player acquisition part of the industry, I would say that since they are running out this, probably the warm up, the skate around warm up jersey, and then for their debut they come in, they hand that one to the equipment manager, they put another one on.
I think that's the way it's going to have to be because, like I said, there's just so
but
many implications.
I mean, that's pure on our end. That's pure speculation. I don't know if that's something that they're going to do, but the common sense tells me that that's probably a safer bet, right? For the NHL to incorporate that. Like you said, like if somebody comes out and they break the all-time debut for points or goals, that jersey, they're probably going to want that put in the Hall of Fame and not cut up and put in the
Or
cards.
even the player might,
Or the player might want it, or the franchise might want it.
Right.
A lot of these franchises have on-site museums in their arenas, and they might want to put that jersey in their arena.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great time for the NHL. I mean, with all this young talent. I mean, even the kid from the Islanders right now, his prices are insane. One quick story before we talk about the LeBron patch. I thought it was interesting. I happened to actually sit down at breakfast, and the guy next to me was part of the NHLPA. He was there, doing a talk, and he was talking about he has a lot of conversations with Adam Oates, who's doing a lot of coaching these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, hockey's like third or fourth sport for me, unfortunately. It's climbing the ranks now because the Sharks are good, but it's climbing the ranks. And he was like, what the biggest problem that coaches are facing with young players? Line changes. He said because the players growing up are the best players in their cities, in their towns, and the people behind them are taught to follow them. Okay, Macklin Celebrini's going on the ice, you're on his line. You follow him when he goes out.
Right.
But now when you're the 12th best player on said pro team, you have to follow the best guy on your pro team. And he's saying they're having big challenges, like some of these coaches, like minor leagues and stuff like that, are having problems of getting the line to not get line like penalties and stuff like that because they just don't know when to come out. So it's like there's a lot more focus on like line changes and when you're going to come in and come out. And it's something you don't even think about because like football, they have to hike it, and then those players are on the field. It's not moving while the game's going on like hockey is.
You take that for granted in hockey, I think, sometimes. But, I mean, unless, of course, there's a turnover in the midst of a line change, and you're like, oh, yeah,
that's what happens.
Things can get disastrous really fast.
So NBA season, so tops, and this is actually news to me. I didn't know this. So LeBron is going to be wearing tell me a little bit more about this, a 23 patch?
Yes. So LeBron James, currently in the middle of his 23rd NBA season. That is a new record. I think before him, Vince Carter played 22, which was the previous record.
Didn't Juwan Howard play like?
I had the list up of
a lot of years.
I'll find it. I'll find the list. But I did have to look it up of like who else has played that long, if anybody.
It's crazy though. I mean, you were probably still in high school, but we had been talking about LeBron when we were in high school. Yeah, because he was in St. James. He was on the Sports Illustrated. The next guy. He was 15, 16 years old.
Well, I'll just say I'm sorry if I make anyone feel old, but I was 13 when LeBron James was a rookie.
Jeez.
And here we are, 23 years later, and he's still playing in the NBA.
I was 20, so, I mean, a lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
But not LeBron James.
No, LeBron James remains the constant.
I think he's got another 20 in him.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. So this is a patch that was revealed today. I don't know why he will start wearing it as of we're recording on on Monday.
Has he played a game? I know he was hurt.
He's been hurt for a while.
Has he actually played a game this season?
He has.
He has.
Yeah, he's played games. He is apparently one game away from being ineligible for regular season awards, which would be the first time in I don't know how many years that would happen.
But there's a lot of games left.
There's a lot of games left.
Yeah, I think he'll get it.
But he can't. But you're saying he can't really rest now.
Right.
So,
he's not gonna. Yeah. Which
so I don't think he's. Gonna
he's not gonna care. Like if he doesn't get in-season awards, okay, whatever. Which I think also makes you ineligible for the All-Star game potentially. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But this is it's specifically Topps is the one who put this announcement out. LeBron James is going to be wearing this. I'll show it once again for viewers at home. The 23 NBA seasons patch, which has 4 colors, which has the Cavaliers blue, Miami Heat red, and then the wine red Cavs when he went back, and then yellow for the Lakers.
On the Lakers jersey.
On the Lakers jersey.
Cool.
Commemorating LeBron's 23 seasons now.
We should just have him wear a quad jersey in the game.
Right.
It's just all the different teams.
Oh, because there's 2 different reds on there
yes.
that you can barely tell.
This comes from collect.com. They have a full explanation. Yes, some will be played. So he will wear a 23rd season patch. It'll be removed from his jersey after each game. It will then be documented and recorded what game it was. They'll be doing a video recording. Here he is removing the patch, and here it is. Or the equipment manager removing it. And some will be placed into ultra rare trading cards. I believe I saw a mock-up of a Topps Dynasty 1-of-1 with this card.
Massive card.
So it could be potentially massive cards.
But what if he comes back next year? It's
24.
24. Yeah, I mean you almost can do this every single year.
That's why this all has this feeling of like it happening in the middle of the season is interesting. Why didn't this happen at the beginning of the year?
But I think if LeBron was gonna call it, he would announce it and do his farewell tour like a lot of players have done.
So say it's next year. Well, obviously 23 is a huge number. Not only was it his number, it was Jordan's number, right?
Right.
Then you go to 24, and that's Kobe, right? So now you got the lore of that with it being a Laker 24 seasons.
Then you go to 25.
And then it's Barry Bonds.
Yeah, and you just keep going. This is the first one of these patches where it really not that the debut patches are also just a very obvious.
I love LeBron. I love everything LeBron does. So relax.
Don't
criticize the king.
This kind of feels like we're doing too much. These cards are going to be undeniably huge. I get that. I know that. But this is the most like blatant this patch exists for no other reason than to put it in a product.
100%.
And you can make the argument that the debut patches are too.
But I look at it selfishly, go, well, that's great for our industry.
Of course. But I know I even looked at the comments of a lot of these posts.
I mean, it's still gonna be a 6-figure card.
I know.
Well, and unfortunately, Cody, I don't think it stops here because I think you're gonna have say Wemby gets 35 blocks in a game. The next game he's gonna have 35 blocks on his jersey.
Yeah, because these patches are easy to make. They're easy to put on. They're easy to take off.
Yes.
And they're
so you're
easy
gonna have
to embed.
milestones.
And they're easy to embed in the cards. And we know it's tried and true that the market loves it. So they're just gonna keep on making it.
I'm surprised. I mean, Curry's got milestones, right?
Oh,
I'm surprised it's like
it will happen with Steph Curry. It 100%. There will be something where he hits a milestone or whatever it might be, or his final year, and he'll wear a little commemorative patch. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for all these guys.
I mean, my thing is, when they do their farewell tour, is it out of the possibility that they actually have a patch for each individual city that they go play? And then they take
final
that
game
off.
in Golden State.
Final game in Golden
Dallas.
State.
Right.
And you have that with the bridge, and then you have something that's iconic from that city.
And certain ones would definitely be more desirable.
And
where it's like Steph in New York or something.
You start getting to the point where the market gets watered down.
Well, I was gonna say we're still in the 2008 Bowman draft days where there was one of one and there was only 5 parallels. Now we're at the point now where obviously there's a million one-on-ones. You deal with Chrome. You've got Papadarasha and the Sapphire. You've got the Superfractor. You've got the one-on-one of this. So it's like the one-on-one is almost watered down when you have 1,500 one-on-ones of the same player every year, right? Different sets. This isn't watered down yet, but yes, it could get to the point where it's like, but we're also we're making more lottery tickets in a way too, right? So
yeah.
we're absolutely making more lottery tickets, and that's probably why they're justifying raising the price and trying to get more out of this, because it's like you pull this one-on-one on a Dynasty, that's probably a $500,000 card.
Yeah, that's what I don't think Cody's buying it, but
no. I know. I'm the one who's being the cynic with this one.
And it also looks like if it's on Dynasty, I can't tell by this picture. Maybe it's smaller than it appears in this picture. But it's like, is it going to fit all on a card, or is it going to be part of it chopped off?
From the mock-up I saw, and I was trying to find that mock-up, and it might have been someone who did a great Photoshop job, but it looked like it fit on the card.
And it would need to, it needs to have its window that goes around
it
perfectly.
It looked NFL Shield size.
Okay.
That's what it looked like. It looked about that size. So.
Yep, patch-tastic, guys.
But I mean, I'll tell you,
Vince Carter, justice for Vince Carter, the former record holder, 22 seasons. Where was his patch? That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Insanity.
But the market is already spoke on it. It's tried and true. They're gonna keep. It's gonna be a rinse and repeat until it doesn't work anymore.
That'll be the part where I'll be really interested. Where is it going to get?
But I
which
think,
player will it be?
But I think we can go.
We
can probably go a decade until.
Yeah.
It'll go the way of the book cards, right? Well, there's a book card in every single product now. Well, now book cards aren't really as cool.
Right.
But I guess you can't. There won't be more than 82 in a year. There won't be more.
Right. Well, for this case,
16 in football,
40 something. That's it.
Right.
That's all he's getting. So.
Yeah, and you gotta. I mean, with a player like LeBron and Curry and even Wemby and Ant-Man and there's a Luka. I mean, there's a handful of players that you can do it with, but you can't do it with everybody. You can't.
No.
You can't do. I know it'd be huge here in the Bay Area, but you can't do it with Pat Spencer and think that it's really going to take off.
Now we need the Pat Spencer farewell tour card.
That MFer, dude. He is that MFer.
Who is going to be the equivalent? I think of when Paul Pierce was on his farewell tour, and Draymond Green said, "They don't love you like that. You're not Kobe. They don't love you that way." What will be the patch equivalent of that card where they go, "They don't love you like that. Come on, what are we doing here?"
It'll be Draymond.
Honestly,
Draymond's face.
It would be Draymond.
Oh God, it pains me to say, but you're right. It would be Draymond.
Finish things out on this show with some pop culture check-in, because there's been a lot of stuff going on with that. I will say, big news out of Upper Deck announcing the Harry Potter, and I guess we're going to see that come third quarter in September. We're going to see that first product. I will say we had a chance to go to the Sharks game, but we're like, Upper Deck's like telling us it's Wednesday night, and we're like, we know we're getting on some kind of tram to go somewhere. We're right next to Universal, so we're assuming that's what we're doing, right? And we're like, Sharks game or this mystery event? And so we're like, well, Sharks are going to play again. This mystery event may not ever happen again, right?
That's a good one.
So we went on the mystery event, which was a studio tour at night, which was kind of cool at 7 o'clock. But then we had Harry Potter Land opened up to us, just the Upper Deck event.
Oh, nice.
Which was pretty awesome.
That's fun.
I will say that Harry Potter ride might be the worst ride I've ever rode in my life.
Whoa.
Yeah, tough.
Not the roller coaster, the other one.
No, the motion one. I mean, it's kind of like a roll. It's like a hybrid motion roller coaster.
Ride.
It's a great ride. I think Doug is aged out.
Yeah.
When it comes to it,
it makes you a little queasy.
Very much so.
I will say that. I believe it used to have 3D glasses on it.
Yeah, and that they got rid of. I
remember throwing up.
Yeah, I heard it was really, really, really bad when they had the 3D glasses.
Yeah, it would make. I don't get motion sick almost ever, and I nearly hurled the moment I got off of that. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, I could ride the craziest roller coasters and just be fine. I can go up to. I love it. motion, can't do it anymore. Can't do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dan kind of warned me because Dan had been on it, and I the last time I was at Universal, my daughter wasn't old enough to get on it, so we didn't do it. But no line, to get on it because it's only 400 people or whatever it was, and everybody was kind of doing different things. We got free wands too, which is cool.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'll get on. I don't have to wait. And I just ate. I had 2 beers. And man, I was holding it together. It was tough. I mean, the amount of like throwing you back, moving you from different motion things. I know you're not supposed to close your eyes, but I close my eyes because I feel like that's my only way to get myself normal again. But I think it makes it worse. And didn't work.
Tough. No butterbeer afterwards.
I'd
imagine.
No, they had a butterbeer dessert that was actually really good.
No,
Okay.
they had the
that
butterbeer flowing.
Love the
It was
butterbeer.
it was unlimited butterbeer if you wanted to go down that path and
Wow.
go into a diabetic coma. But
This is my dream.
it
Have a
is.
spout I'd be below it.
I mean, they were just tapping about like if you had unlimited butterbeer if you wanted to go that way. But
Nice.
I didn't have any. The like little Harry Potter like tavern bar was open as well.
Yeah, that's a cool spot.
So we were rocking that area.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, again, as
Probably
far-
a lot of money for what they did.
Oh,
Because it was funny. The dealers were walking around because the night before we had Marc-Andre Fleury. As it made an appearance, took photos with everybody and stuff the night before. But then we're walking around Harry Potter Land and people are like, "Was there going to be an athlete tonight?" And I'm like, they probably spent like $250,000 to have this
To
thing
close
to
that out.
themselves. Yeah, I mean, it
That's
probably wasn't
not cheap.
Well, and they also needed staffing.
Yeah.
They had like security
And
out
you
there.
got a
and they had-
private studio tour too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's they paid a pretty penny.
Yeah,
you did.
It's year in and year out. Like, I've gone to that event a handful. I think I've gone to. Actually, it started in 2017. I think I've gone to all of them except for maybe the last Orlando one.
Yeah, I've been. I think it's my 3rd one, but they've all been the LA ones.
But it's such a great conference. It is really focused around brick and mortar dealers, which is good. But Upper Deck knows how to throw a party. Like they are very when it comes to like throwing like the receptions and the stuff after the events. Like I don't know if anybody does it like Upper Deck does.
And when now that like the dust has sort of settled with Fanatics and what they're gonna take in and all the licenses and IPs and all that, I think Upper Deck after everything is
They're
happened,
hanging in there.
They're hanging in there, and like hockey is in a great spot with a lot of really good young talent. The products still look great. I think the IP license here with Warner Brothers, where the Harry Potter stuff was met with a lot of excitement, with a lot of praise from collectors. And they're still, we still haven't even seen the full display of their DC Comics stuff, which I think is going to on the up and up. Like, I think they're in a good spot considering everything. So
Yeah, they announced the Batman animated series cards, and I'm like,
ooh,
I don't know, it's not.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not a
yes.
DC guy. I'm a Marvel guy, but
I'm excited about that. That's my favorite. The Batman animated series from the 90s.
yes,
Top notch.
four
The best.
seasons. Yeah,
The best.
They're gonna get a lot of voice actors. They're gonna be in there.
Very cool.
I think the one guy passed, but they said they got cut
Yeah,
out.
Kevin Conroy,
Yeah.
who used to be the Batman, and
Some say the best Batman voice ever.
the best. Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Yep.
In that one, very cool. Oh, that's exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah, so that's and then Harry Potter. I wonder what these like. And it's the same thing with Fanatics, right? With the we're on our 4th year of Disney Chrome, right? Coming up. I think we've had 3. Some of them, one of them was UK only, but like, how many years can you continue to do the same?
I think
Autos
the way to do it is pick a marquee flagship brand and release one brand with that IP attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then take a year off and then come back and do another brand. In that way, like the autographs you get a year apart from the autograph content, and you get it on a different design.
Yeah,
And you get enough time.
And again, like that is me spitballing, but I also like don't know if financially that makes sense because you have to like you're paying for this trademark, you're paying for this IP,
Yeah.
you're paying for this. you probably want to get out as much product as you can.
Right.
But there's a fine line, especially with like the Harry Potter. Like, you come out with a product and you get all the actors and you get all the autographs in there. Well, then what do you do with the next release?
Right. Yeah, with
You almost gotta space it out and just not add everybody into one product.
at least with the Disney stuff, where you can make the argument of like, well, Disney releases new movies every year. They're always going to have new movies and new shows and all this new stuff. Harry Potter, I mean, they're going to have that new show on HBO, I think. So they might be able to kind of squeeze some juice out of that. But yeah, like these kids are all they're not kids anymore.
They got what, 7 Harry Potters?
The 8 Harry Potter movies. 7 books, 8 movies.
So you got 8. You got
plus
8.
you got like spin-offs as well.
You got 8 movies, I think. Do you do a set based on each individual movie, or do you try to like?
That's certainly the way to draw it out the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, even with like, and I loved Pixar Gold, but like beyond like the 5 or 6 names, I mean, they really went deep to get like other characters in there, right? Like they had like I can't remember her name, but Monsters Inc., the girl with the glasses
on
the Monsters Inc. right at the end. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's a big collectible like market for her, right? Or like the mammoth, or like some of the things like the 10th character in Up, or you know, like Slinky Dog.
Any
Slinky
character
Dog's
from
cool,
Good
but
Dinosaur or something
right,
like that.
like it's a stretch, you know, but they have to try because they have the license.
Although, God, I just want to say, you mentioned Slinky Dog. If they had like some Jim Varney, R.I.P. to the great Ernest, if they had some of his cut autos, be all over it.
When did Jim Varney pass?
Like late 90s, early 2000s, like a while ago now.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
I love the Ernest movies growing up, man.
Vern.
You know what I mean, Vern?
Vern.
Ernest goes to camp. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest saves Christmas.
Yeah.
They didn't have very long meetings to discuss the titles on those, did they? Just
But it got
all right, where's Ernest going?
But the thing is that you see the title and it's like you've already seen the movie.
you know what to do.
Yeah, you're so.
But you just gotta see the hijinks.
I don't know. That's an IP. I should have raised my hand and said,
Ernest.
could we do Ernest? Could we do Jim Varney
And Alf. You want Alf to come back?
Could you imagine just Ernest goes to jail? Like Ernest goes to camp, I think. I want to say Ernest Goes to Camp was the first one. But how did that character start up? Was it commercial?
Commercials. Yeah.
Was it?
He was just famous. I don't know what the brand was.
I think it was 7 Up?
Something like that. Yeah, he got famous just doing that character on commercials, and then they're like, you want to just do a movie with this character?
You want to do 47 movies with this character?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Ernest, Upper Deck, if you're listening, Ernest, exquisite.
Probably a little bit
Let's do it.
before your time on the Ernest stuff, right? Because I feel like I was really young going to theaters.
They were out, but I remember them still being part of the culture, and very much like they were probably more straight to video at that point. But they were still all over the place.
I feel like it was around the time of.
It's actually crazy to think that they were putting those in theaters and they didn't just go straight to video.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was right around the time where Pee-wee was on fire. I mean, obviously we know what happened with him.
It was definitely trying to capitalize on like, what if we got like country Pee-wee, basically. That's what Ernest was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, how many Ernest movies? I'm gonna say.
I am looking it up. Coca-Cola, by the way, is promoted Coca-Cola, sodas, Czech cereals, and Taco John's.
I love the fact that that dude was just a spokesperson for all those brands.
The last Ernest movie was 1998.
Yep.
There were actually
9.
less movies than I thought.
9. The last one was Ernest in the Army. Before that was Ernest Goes to Africa. Slam Dunk Ernest in 1995. Ernest Goes to School, 1994. Ernest Rides Again. Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Goes to Camp was the first.
Was the first one?
1987.
10 movies and a TV special.
That is great knowledge. I was like, Ernest Goes to Camp was the first one.
And it was.
And I nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, his name was actually Ernest P. Oh, no, that's probably the
No, that was his character.
Jim Varney.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Where was he born?
Lexington, Kentucky.
Sick.
Died, 50 years old. White
Yeah.
House,
Say
Tennessee, man.
he was pretty young. Yeah, kids. Go look it up.
So did they move? Did they make another? Somebody else took over Slinky Dog then, right? Because
Yeah, someone took the Slinky Dog part because he did 2 movies.
Yeah.
and then passed away. So
But yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of hype in the pop culture. I see that you got this. That's the Logan Paul illustrator,
yeah,
right?
the Logan Paul illustrator right now, which was also featured on Golden Touch, King of Collectibles on Netflix. So there's already a lot of hype around that. That is now up, which it features the chain, and it features it's all in how he packaged, how he got it in his chain and everything. So it's all one thing.
How much?
It's already near $5 million.
Yeah, and I guess somebody offered a $5 million irrevocable bid or something like that.
Yeah,
and he
but
turned it down.
there was a weird. It had something to do with like. I might have read it wrong, but if it went over 5 million because that person put that initial bid in, they get a cut of what it ends up finishing at.
That's what an irrevocable bid means, probably.
Yeah,
I'm kinda,
which I didn't even know that was a thing. But
Learn something new.
that person could have, if they would have took that person could have ended up making like $800,000 for literally just starting
Start
the
bid.
auction.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of controversy with it. I don't know. I haven't heard from the Logan Paul camp if any of it's true about the liquid marketplace. I don't know if you follow along with any of this. Apparently, he fractionalized this on his own platform, which is called Liquid Marketplace. He sold off 50% of the card. And then now these people were like, are we getting our money or what's happening?
Interesting.
And like I said, I don't know. He hasn't made a statement. I don't know if there's any truth to this. I think it's Rattle Pokemon who's all over it. Apparently, this card was initially graded an 8. It got graded a 9, and then somewhere down the line, it's now a 10. So there's that controversy about it. Like, how could it keep moving up in grade? And then there's the fractionalization aspect of it. And I think that marketplace either went under, but I don't think, or it's just not.
I think he was a part investor or owner of that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think
yeah.
I think it is his. I haven't researched this a whole lot, so don't kill me on this. And this is all allegedly, as I think he is the owner of it, and he fractionalized 50% of it. So are these people going to get the payout when this thing sells? So, did you watch all the
Interesting.
Golden?
No, I'm still getting through it, but
Yeah.
still very entertaining as always.
Yeah, good job. It was a good show.
Great show.
Six episodes, I think, this time around. Yeah, I watched. them all.
4.3 million, by the way, is where it's sitting at right now. That's what the buyer's premium.
How many days left?
34.
Jesus.
It's gonna be huge. So, yeah, that's not great to hear about that there might be a little bit of controversy surrounding this, but certainly gets people talking. And I mean, I think that's kind of the theme here. And the other one that's notable is the Action Comics Superman that just sold for $15 million. But it is also the thing that it kind of got buried in the story. It's like, oh, this also happened to be the one that was stolen from Nicolas Cage's house in 2000 and returned 10 years later. Like, okay, now wait a minute. That's burying the lead.
Yeah,
that kind of is.
That has that anytime that you can add a story like that to an item, that kind of adds a little value to it, right?
Which I think these two items are something. It just kind of popped in my mind of like, if we're going to like,
where's the comic book being sold?
That I did not see where it got
Private
sold.
sale.
Yeah, it was a private sale. It ended up being a private sale, but it is now the new all-time mark. But I think it says something maybe as the.
Is it graded?
I think it was graded. I believe it was graded. Yeah, I'll have to double check on that one. But
well, that's the thing. Like, if I'm not a thief, but if I was
CGC 9, by the way.
If I was, you steal cards like these high dollar items. Where are you going to sell it?
Right.
You're going to meet somebody on Craigslist to sell it. I mean, it
For
has $15 million.
$15 million.
Yeah. So it's like the guy. I didn't
Sounds like kind of a scary, sketchy meetup.
Didn't
What do you
somebody
think?
steal like the Mona Lisa at one point or something like that? It's like, but where are you going to go with it?
Oh well, there was the heist at the Louvre a few months ago,
Right.
where they sold that diamond, which still one of the coolest. Not encouraging theft. Kind of a cool story though. Like when I saw like everything how it went down and they did it in broad daylight, I'm like, it's kind of like, you know, real. Or like it feels like a movie. It's
Like
kinda,
Ocean's 11.
Yeah, it's real life Ocean's 11. You're like, well, in a way, you kind of have to respect the hustle.
But I mean, yeah,
Respect
you
the
get. I
technique.
mean, like I said, I'm not a thief. Never have stolen anything in my life. But like, if you steal an item like that, you're just gonna stare at it. At
Yeah,
that
there's
point.
nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do to
Unless
get
you
rid of
have something on the black market already prearranged.
it. Right.
That's really it. That's the only thing you can
But
do.
whoever winds up with it, they're never gonna be able to show it.
Right.
So
Right. Exactly.
so that's probably how it eventually got back. Because they're like, maybe Nick Cage will give us like $1 million if we get this back to him somehow, or something. You know,
That's what it is. Is you have the crazy logic of like we're gonna hold him for everything he's worth because of this comic book, and it's not true.
But then I'm
Not
sure
gonna
there's
happen.
jail time attached to that and all
Right.
that other stuff too. So
Yeah.
But yeah, $15 million for a comic is wild.
Yeah.
How many are there? Do we? This is an odd question, but how many? Do we know how many Superman action-packed comics are in the
I actually
marketplace?
don't know. The last sale was November 20th. That was the last record, which was 9.1 million. So it keeps going up. Now, having the Nicolas Cage story attached certainly didn't hurt. I think there's a common theme between that and the Pokemon one, where it's like, if you want to get more eyeballs on your auction or your whatever, like, have a story behind it now, because we're going to see a lot of the same items going up. And hey, it's another Superman comic, you know, but can it tell a story, basically?
Nick Cage did cocaine off of this one.
Yeah.
And it's,
Logan Paul, it's all blinged out by Logan Paul or whatever it might be. I mean, that's what's going to get ahead in as this becomes even bigger and more mainstream, you know?
I wish there was a video before we let you guys go. We talk about Nick Cage. I don't know if you guys have watched the Charlie Sheen documentary, and there's Nick Cage and Charlie Sheen. They hung out and they did fun stuff together. And apparently Charlie Sheen had the whole thing of cocaine taped to his leg, and they were on a commercial flight, and Nick Cage decided to get onto the microphone and say the whole plane's going down. And everybody's just freaking out, and he's just laughing, and it's not real. And they land, and the air marshals are there saying, hey, we'll talk to you guys a little bit. And Charlie Sheen's like, Nick Cage just ruined my, I'm going to jail. I have cocaine tapped to my leg. And
Oh, my God.
he said, luckily they knew who they were, and they just said, don't do this again, boys. Go about your day.
Tisk ticks, boys.
Yeah.
Learn your lesson.
To be famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Sure, that was in the 90s, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, probably.
That also makes
Sounds
sense.
like
That checks out.
they were pretty good buddies back then, doing a lot of fun
Yeah.
stuff that most of us would have died doing, but they did it.
Saw Nicolas Cage, probably my biggest celebrity sighting at Disneyland. Nick
Really?
Cage. It was like in the blink of an eye, wearing basically a creamsicle colored blazer and mint green pants.
Sick.
I mean, and had nobody else but him, but had like a private guide. And I look and I'm like, there he is. Oh my God. Nick Cage is here wearing the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Disney California, I saw Adam Sandler, and he was
That's
just
big.
buying a hot dog in the Hollywood area, where they have like, where you see Spider-Man sometimes. And he just, long basketball shirts, dirty tee, and I made eye contact with him. He's like, hey, because everybody was trying to say hi to him. But I think he was, I want to say he might have been pushing a stroller, maybe not. Maybe my memory's blurred. But I think he was just trying to enjoy a day out with the fam.
Yeah.
Ride some rides. at
I
Disney.
mean, that is the Adam Sandler look right there. The biggest basketball shorts you've ever seen.
Yeah, just roll. It looks like,
Awesome.
it's like what I wear to bed, basically, and so it's like, he
Love
just
it.
looks like he rolled out of bed, and it's like, let's just go about my day,
yeah.
It's collectively probably about $15 of clothes on, between what he was, he doesn't care. He didn't give S. I know even at like some of the Golden Globes, people are like going up to him and like, did you not dress up for the event? And he's like, hey,
It's like, I got a suit.
this is what I wear.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in some Bowman Draft breaks. Make sure you use that code to get into Bowman Draft. Mojobreak.com. Use code DRAFT10. Get those teams. I know we actually skipped over talking about Bowman Draft, but looks like it's highlighted by Eli Willits and Seth Hernandez. And there's going to be Lou Brock and Sadahara O, and there's going to be a lot of those are in the past, but they're going to have. Who is their retrofractor this year?
Retrofractor Sadahara O, who
Sadahara
signs.
O,
It's going to
okay.
be really cool. And
Giants, right?
Well, it'll be Yomiuri Giants, so it won't be
Yes.
the Giants. So anyone listening, if you're going for the Giants spot, you're not getting Sadahara O. Just throwing that out there.
quick.
Don't break any heart.
Ethan Holiday, not in draft.
He will be in Bowman.
He'll be in Bowman.
He will headline. He will be the face of Bowman for sure. And then Dan Marino has a dream draft auto in this, similar to the Tom Brady retrofractor
For the Royals.
He's going to be on the Royals, which he was drafted in the 4th round for the Royals back in the day.
Hopefully, there's an inscription out there that says "Laces out."
Hell yeah. Oh man.
Awesome.
So that's a fun chase. I think that's cool, but I to me the Santa Clara is like that's going to be really cool.
So who does it go? We just sell the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a
He
wrinkle
had
now.
no baseball affiliation whatsoever?
He has none.
No.
He never played Major League Baseball.
Random through all.
Yeah, kind of has to be.
I mean, everybody has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. We'll pick up that spot if we have it listed. I'm sure on our player breaks they're listed. For
Player
sure.
break probably
All
listed, but if
retrofactor,
we do a PYT, I'd say it's add a little bonus for a random through all.
Whew. That'll be be sweating bullets during that random.
Don't quote me on that because I don't know how we have it set up.
See, the only thing, and I'm adding more to this podcast, is you have all these guys throughout the years, right? We've had, Lou Brock and Pete Rose. If you're building that set, it's all different designs, though. It's like almost like it'd be cool if they just picked like a classic design.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? So then if you're like, I just want to buy the Pete Rose base card and I want to buy the Lou Brock base card. And, you're spending 20 or 30 years building this set, but it's the same look.
What would be really cool, too, is the design, instead of it being like whatever that year's Bowman was, if they can be like, well, let's go to a Bowman year, or like whatever year that it was. It's
Yeah.
51 Bowman or
Right.
something, that would be really cool if they could do that.
well, they did that kind of like with the tops through the years.
Yeah.
A living
Sets.
set.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys in some breaks, and we'll see you guys next week on The Hype. Thanks for listening. Peace.